Hi guys, welcome to a new video. So today we'll take a look at another 1v1 game from the Armies of Exigo, and this time it will be a matchup between Galmarz and Pepsi. So let's just start it right away. In the bottom left corner we have Galmarz with the blue Empire, and in the top right corner we have yellow color Pepsi playing with Fallen this time. Of course, this is the map Larva from maybe next time, and it's just a two-player map, so both of the players know about the exact position of their enemies. That is this simple design where you can take the expansion basically right in front of your main base, and the only way into your main base is through the expansion. But there is a small I would say trick on this map, that there is also a back entrance to the expansion, so it's not as easy to hold it because you can access it from two sides. So even though you can block this, then make the expansion, it's not fully blocked because, for example, on the map Inner Sanctum that we watched in the two previous replays, there was only that one entrance, so it was really safe to take the expansion. But here you have to always consider the back entrance as well, which can make it much harder in certain situations. So we'll see how the players will deal with it. Pepsi is now setting up his first hive, of course with a deformer, just spamming harvesters for now. I think he could have easily cancelled the second harvester, remove control form, place down second hive, recontrol form, and he would still have the supply soon enough for this harvester. But instead he's staying on one hive for now. Maybe he just wants to go for a tower with one hive and go for expansion. That could also be the strategy here, or maybe not even a tower. But I think he will place down a tower, or what is the situation here? He goes for a hive and looks like a full wall. Of course, small units will still be able to pass through here, but big units definitely not. We see early scout of Galmarz with a peasant getting into the base, checking if there is no expansion, which there is not. And now he's getting into the main base. He has two barracks on his side, farming the back and just making more peasants and some first swordsmen. This peasant got even into the main base where he didn't scout incubator, but now Pepsi placed it immediately after the peasant left. And one Stinger will now follow this peasant, probably just force him away. Galmarz shouldn't lose him if he can micro-manage it well enough. Pepsi definitely now has more resources. Galmarz a little bit ahead in terms of food, but he doesn't have any more population now for extra units, and he's not building the second farm. Now he started it, but that's really late. He was not prepared, and now he won't be able to produce for quite some time. He can make one more peasant, but that's just it. We see 3 peasants on wood already, of course lots of on gold, but no gems yet. So also potentially some problems with gems in the mid-game. For Pepsi we see that he's already gathering these gems with double harvester, also 1 harvester on wood and 5 on gold. So this is perfect. He just needs to do one more. Actually he's maybe sending it on wood. Yeah, he needs more wood now, probably wants to get some extra wood for the expansion, yeah, that he's already placing down, and then maybe some extra infrastructure as well. I would still like to see at least 1 more harvester on gold there. But he definitely has a huge gems lead now, which he usually has, so that's really good from Pepsi here. Of course now also Galmarz started gathering his gems as well. Unfortunately Pepsi made the expansion, but he didn't make the tower, he didn't make too many units, and now it doesn't seem too good for him. He had only 3 Stingers, one of them already died. Now he tries to build a tower, but it's of course already too late. So now he'll have to utilize his harvesters. He just finished his incubator, so there is no way he already has grasp, which means he might have some problems here. But of course this is unpushable against the harvesters, but he's getting lots of downtime on his gold gathering, so this is not looking any good. And of course Galmarz can now go for the expansion. Fortunately Pepsi making at least 1 spitter here, actually 2 of them, so those are definitely really strong and they can deal quite quickly with these units. So that should be pretty simple. He forced Galmarz away from his base, and now he just needs to somehow protect this expansion. Of course now I would like to see the tower there. That will be a good defense. Of course still keep in mind that there is the back entrance, which Pepsi is checking with one Stinger here, but you can even move the Stinger like into this location, which is the first crossroad, so there is no way they would get behind the Stinger from any other way. This is just really late information. He could know about the push way sooner, but yeah, population is basically even. Pepsi will now have the expansion, which means economical advantage if we can produce the harvesters for it, which will of course still take some time. While Galmarz is not even going for an expansion, seems like he wants to do a 1 base timing push, so he's setting up his temple. Going for a tower, I'm not too sure about this. Of course he wants to have some defense, maybe against the spitters as well and things like this. because spitters even from one base are really hard to defend with Empire in certain situations. So the tower could be good, but yeah, actually, okay, Galmarz go for expansion. Then I'm not sure about this. I think he should have either placed the expansion sooner, but he maybe wanted the tower first, or he had to go for the timing push, but now he's just really falling behind. He has more units here, but of course he's against spitters. I think they have the improved metabolism, while the swordsmen don't have trailblazing, which is the worst situation you can be in, because you have slow swordsmen against fast spitters, which is slow melee unit against fast ranged unit. But now priests are joining in, so that's really good. Tower is finished. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a peasant here to repair it. If the peasant was ready there, I think the tower wouldn't fall, and Pepsi would maybe even lose more units, or he would have to retreat sooner. Unfortunately, now he's already getting the resource advantage here. Galmarz is also sitting on lots of resources that he's not really spending. He actually cancelled the expansion. Okay. And for now, we just see swordsman spam. He could make another priest for sure. He's trying to make the tower. I don't like to see all of these resources, yeah. He's already behind on supply. He's trying to win it with one base, but he's not really committing to it fully. Now going for the expansion again. I don't even know why I cancelled it, to be honest. Maybe it was a misclick. But of course, this is just too much wasted time, and now I'm afraid this is already GG. It's already only 5% of the replay remaining, so I think Galmarz will just surrender here, or he will even get killed by the spitters. But of course, yeah, he just fell already 2 behind. He still probably doesn't have trailblazing, so he can't even really catch up with the spitters, even though he has downtime on the barracks. Yeah, he had the resources for it. So I think just lots of... he wasn't really decisive, he was indecisive, I would say. Yeah, his decisions were really all over the place. He made an expansion, cancelled it, and made it again. It was also late. The tower was kinda also late, I would say. Lots of downtime, lots of unspent resources. Yeah, so I think there was potential to maybe push it even before, because Pepsi didn't make the tower, which was also a huge mistake. But once Galmarz didn't push it, I think he should have went probably for immediate expansion, like immediately, and immediate tower, instead of maybe the temple and other things. Or if he wanted to go for a push, he has to commit to it fully. So this was just something between that, didn't really work, but definitely a nice attempt. Unfortunately, it was lost after 9 minutes and 6 seconds, so pretty quick one. In terms of produced units, kinda balanced, little better kills of course for Pepsi here. Largest army, experience also better for Pepsi. Research is even, buildings, of course Empire, farms, and resources. Yeah, I mean there wasn't even any major advantage for Pepsi here in terms of resources. He actually invested into the expansion there, but Galmarz wasn't really spending all the resources, so that also set him behind. Once he lost the tower, he didn't have any more defense. I really think he didn't have the trailblazing, so that also was a bit of a problem there. But yeah, interesting game. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. So take care, guys.